I think we come into this conversation assuming that what we've been taught is correct, and that the purpose of capital is to seek its highest and best use. That's what we used to teach at business schools, was that the purpose of capital is, given a certain risk and financial return and liquidity lockup, you should get a certain amount of money back. And that's the purpose of capital, is to make more capital. Right? We all know that. Shareholder primacy, I'm an investor, you have to meet my return expectations, right? This is the purpose of capital. But it's a lie. Because what they don't tell you is that the purpose of capital, as we understand it, is simply a social construct. It's simply the legacy of a set of operating assumptions that people have functioned within for the last, let's say, 75 years, if we're talking about financial capitalism, and more broadly, probably 400 years if we're talking about capitalism as a broader kind of economic model. But the point is, every generation has the possibility to redefine, reconceptualize, to re-understand what the purpose of capital really is, what we are called to be as economic actors in the world, and how we can move capital to create more than simply more money. How's that?
I have to tell you a Ghanaian story. So some economists from the West came to Ghana at the coast, and the fishermen were relaxing after they had fished, and the fish has been taken to the market by the women. And the economists from the West asked these men, so why are you doing, why can't you go back to the sea and fish some more? Why are you lying there? And they said, you fish some more. Ask them why. So you can get more money. And then when we get more money, what shall we do with it? So you can have more things, and you can take holidays. And they asked him, what shall we do at the holidays? You will go to the beach. And they said, we're at the beach.
And so, but I think it's a great story because it really represents the cultural context within which we assume what capital's purpose is. And I think especially when we talk about how we use capital to create a better world, it's a very interesting kind of conversation because we're talking about using a system that is based on extracting value from individuals and communities and countries, and that has in fact brought us to where we are today, where we need to have a different way to do capital because we have great need around the world, both environmentally and socially. And yet we're using that same system and assuming that that operating system will work in the context of what we're trying to apply it to today and for the future. And so we actually have this moment where we can reflect while we're sitting on the beach and say, why are we fishing?